Hello everyone, Johnny Mind here, and today we are starting a new series, a new Let's Learn Japanese with Us series, Super Mario Land 1 and 2. Just like for Kirby's Dream Land, I'm combining the two games for two reasons. First and foremost, because I don't know how much Japanese there will be in these games, and while I might add some parts myself, just like we did in the previous one, in Metroid 2 Return of Samus, there's that factor. In the second one, we have at the very least the box art because of its title, and so actually we'll study some kanji, its kanji. The other reason is that, especially the first game isn't immediately start the second one. And yes, so today we'll start the first game. We'll see if there will be some Japanese in it or not. Without further ado, we can start. Okay. As you can see here, we have our previous game. Funny enough, above we can already see Super Mario Land 2. But yeah, first, because it got added before the first one here on NSO, Nintendo Classics now. We can start with Super Mario Land. We could talk a little about the box art. There's not much. Well, we have above on the top part the Senyo Katoriji with also the kanji, but I'd say we can wait before studying those. As you can see, they are in several of these box arts, the Game Boy ones. As for its meaning is Senyo Se N Yo U. So we have the N, which between those the preceding vowel and also the y, the following yo should be so actually more like a nasal vowel. But yeah, it's Senyo. And then yo, of course, yo u, so long yo. As for its meaning, it's literally dedicated, exclusive usage. It can be either. I wanted to check also the accent as usual, just to mention it. It's a Chinese compound, so yeah, it's unaccented as usual, luckily. It can be exclusive use, as in private, personal use, but also, and this is our case, dedicated use, used for a particular purpose. In our case, of course, in the sense that it's, as we see, a cartridge with the dedicated use for the Game Boy. And also exclusive use of particular products, using only, for example, a certain brand, using solely. In our case, of course, because it's a cartridge for the Game Boy. Konbanwa, Guillaume. Nice to see you here. Also we have Then, of course, cartridge, of course. Let me see if I can actually find it or not. Okay, yeah, found it. As for how it becomes like this, of course, we have first and foremost the long A, because in English we have R, cartridge. In Japanese there aren't the R sounds, so it becomes simply the vowel, the corresponding vowel here, A also. And then, more often than not always, a long vowel, similar to how it is in British English received pronunciation. Yeah, like in this case, it would be cartridge. So yeah, with a longer vowel also. Then we have the additional O, because for the to, because consonants, except for the N mentioned for senyo, consonants can stay on their own. So yeah, we have vowels, usually in this case O, because otherwise the sound of the consonant will change, because the tagyo goes tachi, tsu, te, to. And so yeah, tsu can be used, chi can be used either. So yeah, they add O instead for the T sound. And yeah, then also, last but not least, the doubling of the consonant, unlike English, of course, for the G, cartridge with the small tsu. As for the title itself, we have at the bottom in our alphabet but at the top below the Nintendo Game Boy Senyo cartridge. By the way, forgot the accent. The accent of cartridge is actually on the ri. Usually you hear it as on the ka. Well, at least I've always heard cartridge. Maybe it's an alternative pronunciation also in English, the accent there, or simply Japanese uses that. I can actually quickly check the English word, just to be completely sure. Yeah, no, usually the accent in English is on the cartridge, on the ka, on the a. So yeah, be careful. The accent in Japanese is moved. Usually for English words from other languages that aren't Chinese, is either on the same spot. There are some unaccented words, words that become unaccented in Japanese. But yeah, in this case we have a different accent. Maybe because it's particularly long as a word. Could be. But yeah, last but not least, as I was mentioning, Super Mario Land, of course, we have Super Mario Rando. Quickly, these ones, of course, we have Super, first and foremost, from Super. And yeah, of course, we have again per, which becomes the corresponding vowel is A, and then also the lengthening. Also longer vowel for the U. Super. And yeah, we have the accent is luckily just like in English, so on the su. More often than not, in actual usage, it's an abbreviation for supermarket. So yeah, for the word supermarketto, market becomes marketto. Again, the longer vowel for the mar, and then also the doubling of the consonant there at the end. And on its own would be accented on the ma, as just like in English. The word as a whole. And yeah, here we can see an example. Well, supermarket, yeah, like even when combined, it has the accent on the market. So yeah, on the ma. Supermarketto. But yeah, more often than not, super on its own is used as an abbreviation of that. Of course, in this case, simply super, because, of course, Super Mario. Then we have, of course, the proper name, Mario. As for the accent of that, technically, it should be on the ma. It could be actually unaccented. In this case, potentially, because as we'll see also in practice when we find such names, there are proper names in Japanese which use the suffix, given names of people that use the suffix o, used for male names. And if I recall correctly, when you add that suffix, the name is always unaccented. And so, yeah, potentially it could be unaccented because of that. Honestly, I simply, just to be completely sure, keep it like in English. So, Mario, well, in English I should say from Italian. Yeah, it's an Italian name. So yeah, on the ma. And last but not least, we, the word rando, of course, land from English, with again the additional o for to have the d, because the d, the consonants are present on their own in Japanese, apart from n. And yeah, again, we have, just like for to, we have the o as the additional vowel, because to avoid changing the sound of the consonant. As for its accent, should be on the first syllable, just like in English, and it is. And yeah, so we have that, Super Mario Rando. But yeah, simply, since I have doubts we'll see actual writings in-game, it was worth mentioning that, at least. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry if... okay, I'm trying to getting everything ready. I have found in a blog, a Japanese blog, scans of the manual. Toriatsukai sho is the term in Japanese for manual. Let me quickly also check the accent of that. User's manual, or even closer to its actual how the word is in Japanese, handling well, instructions. In Japanese we have this toriatsukai, which comes from a verb toriatsukau. Not sure if which would be handling, the handling, to handle, and then let me quickly check though. Because toru on its own would be to take, to pick up, to grab, to catch, to hold. I think we have seen it before in a previous series, accented. Then we would change it's a verb, code, and verb, so we can change the U into E to make the continuative form, in this case to attach, then attach the second part of the compound verb, the second verb, which is atsukau. On its own, unaccented, okay, which means to deal with a person or also a problem, to treat, to handle, and so on. Other extended meanings, but yeah, then we have this verb, tori atsukau, luckily unaccented just like atsukau on its own, and yeah, literally to take and handle, and yeah, as in to handle, as in, to operate a machine, to use, to deal with, and so on. So yeah, only further specifying it. Also in that case, for atsukau on its own and tori atsukau, you can change the godan verbs, u verbs, you can change the u into e to make the continuative form, and so the corresponding noun, in this case tori atsukai, which means that handling, treatment, also service, management, by handling, treatment. And then we have this sho, which is the kanji for to write, when added as a suffix, book, document. And yeah, so handling, literally book, simply. But yeah, I wanted to mention that quickly. I can find its accent here. I'll quickly check the physical dictionary. Ciao, hello. Okay, got the physical dictionary. Just to see if I can find actually the word on its own, but I have doubts. Maybe we can find the suffix sho. Tori. Okay, I can find the verb on its own, tori atsukai, on its own, but yeah, not sho. We'll check out quickly on the suffix part. Sho. Okay, can be either unaccented or accented on the sho itself. I'll quickly check the corresponding explanation though. For these, okay, note 3. Okay, yeah, it simply mentions that for this sho and also the sho for place, which we have actually seen before, that one, it can be either unaccented or accented on the last syllable. So actually both are possible. I'd say honestly at that point maybe better to keep it unaccented as it's easier. But yeah. Yeah, that's just to mention that technically I have that, so we could I could mention some things, but we'll see. Honestly, I wanted to focus the Japanese part. Yeah, here we literally have the writings on the box art, so those we mentioned. We might simply focus on playing the game in this case, and then see. Well, of course, if we find also writings in game, even though I doubt it, and then we'll have the box art of the second game. And yeah, here we have this kanji that we want definitely to study, but that will be after finishing the first game. And yeah, without further ado, we can actually start it. And yeah, here it is. And let me quickly check though. Yeah, the options should be still that. So honestly, yeah, it's still Game Boy Color. Of course, wanted to simply check, but yeah, it's simply because this game looks like this also on the Game Boy Color. But yeah, we can start Super Mario Land. And funny enough, this is another game that I've played before but never finished. In this case, despite being so short, that's because I didn't have it as a kid. So yeah, when I played it on emulator, and I got distracted by other games, including Super Mario Land 2. Oh, let's be careful though. That one I've also played but not finished, but to be fair, in that case it's simply because I always got to the final level of the game, but yeah, wasn't able to do, let's, okay, honestly, I'll take the loss there. Although I'm kind of worried about... let's be careful. I could rewind potentially if needed, but yeah. Rewinding I definitely do on the mentioned final level of the second game. Because yeah, that one is pretty tough compared to everything else in that game and in general. And yeah, we have this music for the star. Yeah, not your typical Mario game, but yeah, that's part of its charm. Okay, let's jump up here. Perfect. And yeah, by going up here instead of down, we should play a mini game, a bonus game. As soon, of course, yeah, we have the bonus game. Okay, we're getting the flower. I would have liked... and by the way, you might think, yeah, it's just a fire flower that looks is slightly weird with this bouncing, but no, it's technically a different item. That, by the way, we get by pausing the game, we get that pause, which that I can mention at least. Well, on screen, the English words we have are word, warudo, in Japanese. Well, how you adapt the English word in Japanese again, because we have, of course, also a specific word in Japanese for that, accented just like in English on the wa. you might have heard it of Warudo is mine. The word is mine, a famous Vocaloid song. Time becomes, of course, taimu, simply with the additional u at the end for the m. Accented also on the first syllable, just like in English. Yeah, the one that showed up here, and then I wanted to comment quickly. Yeah, pose becomes in Japanese pozu, with the long vowel, of course, well, just like in English, pose, and then the additional u at the end. Accented on the first syllable. What's worth mentioning is that the same word, posu, is used also for pose. English pose. Of course, Japanese doesn't have these the same vowel sounds, and yeah, so both become o, long o. Doesn't have o. But yeah, wanted to quickly mention that. But also, before proceeding, if I can quickly find it here, if it shows up, to be completely fair, because I don't see it there. But yeah, the item is called super, should be something like Super Bowl flower instead of 5 flower, because yeah, what you use is a Super Bowl. Well, we can quickly check flower, which becomes furawa with a long vowel at the end, but yeah, apart from the additional u for fu, the L sound becomes Japanese R, because yeah, they don't have the L sound. Well, technically it's a variant for the Japanese R, but yeah, usually it's just a tap as r. And then the longer vowel again for the usual sounds. That one accented on the ra, just like in English, flower, and so furawa, low, high, and everything else low. But yeah, I wanted to mention this one is important. We have seen it before in the previous series, but yeah, the word ball becomes boru with the long vowel, of course, and then the additional u and also the L sound, Japanese R. But yeah, what's important is that it's one of those English words that become unaccented in Japanese, so be careful. Yeah, so we checked quickly those. I think I've seen the names also of maybe the enemies, or at least some of them, because also those are changed. But yeah, we might I might mention them later, but yeah, for now let's continue this level. Okay. Yeah, what worries me is that I lost all those lives earlier just because I wasn't careful enough. And I don't remember what happens when you get a game over. You might get sent back to the start completely. And yeah, if that's the case, well, of course we still have the rewind anyway. But yeah, that's actually a 1-up here in the form of heart. Let me quickly check a thing, also considering that we have these hearts next to pause in the when you pause. Hato, well, I mentioned it already. Heart becomes, of course, hato, so long a and long vowel, and then the additional o for the t, because of all the already mentioned reasons. But yeah, if I recall correctly, we have seen it in a previous series, including, I think, Super Mario Bros. 3. We played Super Mario Advance 4 to play Super Mario Bros. 3 in that case. And we play most of the classic Mario games in their Game Boy Advance remakes form. But of course from those like this one that don't have them. But yeah, I also wanted to mention that, yeah, as I remember correctly, it's another word, heart, unaccented in Japanese, so be careful. And yeah, we can continue. Let's jump. Yeah. Actually, in this case, let's not waste the life. Yeah, you have to be careful because the momentum is it's weird how this game controls compared to other Mario games. But as long as you keep that in mind, then you'll be fine. But yeah, in this case, sorry, but I prefer to keep our life to avoid potential resets. But yeah, here we are in World 1-3. And yeah, as you can see, we have an Egyptian theme. And we have piranha plants, which I doubt are actual piranha plants. Yeah, we have to be careful also about the ceiling here. Because of those. Yeah, you can spot them because they look, they have a different color. Well, of course, in this version, I've seen for sure how they look also on the Game Boy, or at least with the regular Game Boy emulation. And I don't remember how they're as noticeable there or not. I'm completely forgetting that aspect. Yeah, we're big, so we can't enter down there, but we can go up here by destroying the blocks. Oh boy, that wasn't the best idea. And yeah, being it actually works like older Mario games, in that when you get hurt, you lose your power-up. You go back to small Mario, not only one lower. So if you have the flower, you go back to small Mario instead of big Mario. And yeah, here we have a thank you Mario. Or Daisy. But yeah, it's actually an enemy in disguise. Okay, while we are here, well, I'll actually end this to not well, actually perfect, we got the most lives there. And yeah, with that actually we yeah, as you have seen, the world ended there, so actually even lesser. Yeah, we got here with a UFO, apparently. Yeah, we're technically in a new kingdom. Don't remember the name of this one. Some are kind of weird. Let's not waste time like that. That was really not smart. Yeah, they have some particular names. Of course, we have Sarasaland, which is the most famous one because of Princess Daisy. But yeah. Okay, yeah, this is Muda. Yeah, I know for sure there's also Tsai, which we'll see eventually. Oh boy, missed the star there. Then there's also Biributo, if I recall correctly. Yeah, honestly, those are peculiar names, not just because of the Japanese. Because some names are kind of unexpected, because even in English, yeah, they never got official English names, and so they kept the Japanese ones. I know, I think that they're simply weird on their own, yeah. Well, Muda, if I don't know if in Japanese it's straight up written like that, could be. As a Japanese word, it means useless. Yeah, you might have. Let's actually make the jump properly here. You might have heard it in because of JoJo. And the memes and all those things. Yeah, what I wanted to actually check quickly. Yeah, I could keep it like this, but yeah, let's avoid having the music there. I quickly take a screenshot, even though it's simple, to check out these words quickly. Yeah, Muda. Exactly. But yeah, here we have bonus, which in Japanese becomes bonasu. Should be bonasu with a longer O, and yes, it is. And then well, technically in English it's then schwa for the bonus. But yeah, instead of the usual a for the u, for the u. But yeah, either way it becomes a in Japanese because it's the closest one. It's the closest vowel in either case. And then, of course, the additional U at the end. And yeah, accented on the bo, as expected, just like in English. And then, last but not least, we have game. Which becomes gemu, with a long vowel, of course, game. The A sound becomes simply long vowel, long E. In Japanese, even if they kept A, nowadays that also in Japanese words more often than not is pronounced as long E. Some still pronounce it as A, but yeah, in English words it became straight up long E with the additional then U at the end for the mu, for the M that can stay on its own, accented on the ge, just like in English game, gemu, high and everything else low. Game, more often than not, you see it also an abbreviation for video game, or to be more precise, computer game, because yeah, that's technically the term in Japanese. And so yeah, computer becomes computer. actually don't can see the accent there. I'll check quickly also in the physical dictionary. Notice about that. Some things, the N for which actually is pronounced like M because of the following P, and so bilabial consonant, computer. But yeah, this is one of the cases in which we use N on its as in the consonant on its own in Japanese, because yeah, then it's simply pronounced as M, but yeah. Then we have, of course, più with a long vowel, computer, just like in English. Let me quickly check a thing, though, because I think it might not be finding the accent for computer. No, okay, no. Simply doesn't find it. Yeah, the other peculiarity is that this is one of the cases in which the at the end, the computer simply becomes a, as usual, because it's the closest vowel, but without the lengthening, so be careful. But yeah, let's quickly check the accent, if I can find it in the physical dictionary. But yeah, so keep in mind that yeah, when you hear gemu in Japanese, yeah, that's how you usually the term usually used for video games. And yeah, that the complete term would technically be computer game there. Let me quickly find computer. If present in the physical dictionary. Yeah, this one is present here. So yeah, good thing we have the physical dictionary. Okay, yeah, and there's actually also the variant with the longer a at the end. Both exist, but yeah, just in the online dictionary for computer game, I had the one with the short a at the end. So yeah, be careful that you might find either. But yeah, the accent is on the più as expected. So computer, just like in English. But yeah, with that we can continue. We got the distortion there because when we go back, and yeah, we have these. Okay, let's defeat the enemy. Oh boy, barely avoided getting hurt there. And yeah, funny enough, this is far from. We've seen some weird stuff already in this game, but yeah, there are even more weird, but also funny things and charming things about this game. Yeah, like that enemy throwing its head kind of like a boomerang. I got hurt there, but at least I didn't die for now. And we have to be careful about these enemies popping out from kind of like seahorses, but of course that down there I think is supposed to be lava, and definitely there they're not, those are not bubbles, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fire, and yeah, it definitely hurts at the very least. Like, okay, weird, didn't expect that block to disappear there. Okay, let's be more careful though about these. Well, I technically could, well, we'll actually do it for now. We'll keep the death. As we luckily have enough lives now. Yeah, and funny enough, I actually got there and activated the checkpoint. So yeah, we can do. Okay, this I'd like to do though. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, maybe starting here from the right, you have to be careful not to enter the door though. Okay. Okay, you really have to be fast for these ones. But yeah, let's give it one more try. Yeah, we have several lives, so technically it's not needed, but it's, if I can, I'd rather do it anyway. And honestly, because it's a nice little challenge. Yeah, let's get more lives. I wouldn't have minded the item in this case. And yeah, here we have one of the other peculiarities of Super Mario Land. And yeah, you have a submarine in this game. And so yeah, we have some shooting. Side-scroller one though, as you can see. Well, makes sense since it's the game in general is side-scrolling, yeah. And also this music. Yet, as you might have guessed already, or you might know, it's a pretty short game, the original Super Mario Land, but at the same time, it's quite charming, also really nice for those who want to play and replay it. Yeah, here we can see with coins Mario. Oops. Got defeated there. And yeah, also the soundtrack. Let's not immediately die there at all. And we're back here with the Mario, so we didn't lose much progress. And yeah, by the way, you can shoot here with either A or B. But here we have the boss. Quite noisy. But yeah, we've defeated it. Ah yeah, then you have to destroy these blocks. So yeah, honestly, you don't even have to defeat it, I think. You can simply destroy the blocks, come here and then touch these. And yeah, with that, we'll get this again. Thank you, Mario. Oh, Daisy. And yeah, another enemy. I'll quickly get the capture, though. To check it out this time, at least a couple of words. First and foremost, well, we have the thank you. Which, of course, we usually have the Japanese words. But if we want to use the English ones, and you can actually hear it in games, anime, and so on from time to time, as you see. Immediately, one that comes to mind is Ryuji from Persona 5, who when pretty sure says thank you, the English words, of course, adapted in Japanese becomes thank you. But yeah, that immediately came to mind since, of course, I finally played the Persona, all the Persona 5 games on my own. And of course with Japanese voices, and yeah, that immediately came to mind. But yeah, thank you. So yeah, actually, it gets combined, the thank you. And yeah, of course, it's colloquial. If you want to not be colloquial, you have to use the Japanese expressions. And that's why a character like Ryuji uses it, and other ones in games, anime, manga, and so on. But yeah, here they get combined. We have first and foremost the th sound, which becomes S in Japanese. Of course, Japanese doesn't have the th sound, so the closest one is S, both fricatives and pretty close to each other. Then we have, of course, the N on its own. And yeah, then the ending K and the starting U get combined into a single syllable, Q, and also with a longer vowel, just like in English, U. And so yeah, it becomes thank you. The accent is on the first syllable, so yeah, on the thank you. I wanted to quickly check because maybe I can find it. Well, for sure, you will find also the word you on its own in Japanese, as in the English word you in Japanese. I have to search it like this, though, with to not find again simply words actually pronounced yo, u, and so on, yo. And yeah, it simply becomes you. Here, of course, without the K, initial K, still the long vowel, just like in English, and technically accented, and yeah, on the U because it's a single syllable, so yeah, on the first mora of that syllable. I wanted to quickly check, but I honestly haven't seen it. At most, I think you can find not thank, of course, but thanks. As sanksu becomes also colloquial. This one is not mentioned as a common word by the dictionary, and honestly, I'd say I would have told you as well. Unlike thank you, which you'll definitely hear as mentioned, this one less so. But yeah, thanks becomes sankusu, same for thank. Then, of course, we have the additional S, the U for both the K and the S, so kusu. And also, of course, because the U in ku is between unvoiced consonant, is barely heard, if at all. And so, yeah, even more similar to English, sankusu, sankusu, or even sanksu. Yeah, more usually more like sankusu. And then we have, of course, Mario again. Then we have this the O, but that honestly shouldn't be particularly used because Japanese has its and of course, even if kept would be simply O, would be long O, but yeah, no. In this case, Japanese would simply use its own exclamations. For O, usually A. More often than not, written and pronounced as A with a small tsu after it, which without the following consonant, and so doubling the following consonant, is simply a further shortening of the vowel. So it's an abrupt ending to the vowel. So A, A. And yeah, that's A or O as an exclamation. But yeah, I wanted more than anything to mention, of course, the name of our character here, Daisy. Of course, there's a word for Daisy in Japanese, but we'll see that when the time comes. The English word becomes Daisy. First and foremost, we have, of course, a, they, just like in English. Then we have G, written as she with the dakuten. Because, yeah, that syllable is either pronounced as G or G. Originally, they were distinct, and you distinguish them in writing because it was either she with the dakuten or chi with the dakuten for G and G respectively. But yeah, nowadays the sounds are combined and they depend on the speaker. So yeah, of course, to have the sound J, Daisy, the closest one is J. And so the similar to je in French, although it's more palatalized. Well, actually, yeah, it's more palatalized, but it's slightly different. And then, of course, we have also noticed the longer vowel, Daisy. But yeah, as we'll see, by the way, again, when we see the name of the character in game, when we play games with yeah, it really is a little but really, really fine game. Thank you, Charlie7. But yeah, I wanted also to mention quickly, while on screen here and in this game, so we simply see Daisy. Technically, it's Princess Daisy. And so the word for princess in Japanese, and also used as a title. And so when it's used as a title, it comes after the name of the person. Is hime. Actually, accent on the first syllable, so hime would be. Yeah, it is. I've heard it also the other way, but yeah, no. Technically, the accent should be on the first one, so hime. I wanted to quickly check if I can find it as a suffix, although I have some doubts. My guess would be that if the word preceding, well, the name in our case, of course, preceding it is accented, you keep the accent of that word. So yeah, in our case, we would have Daisy accent. By the way, actually, I haven't seen the accent of that and can find it. So I'll quickly check it also here if we can find it. If we can find it, my guess would be just like in English, so on the Daisy. Yeah, no, I can find it. Unsurprisingly, since of course it's usually not used in Japanese. But yeah, my guess would be keep the accent like in English. But yeah, if accented, so in that case, keep the accent of the word, of the name. If it's unaccented, then most likely we would then hear the accent of hime, so of the word princess on its own. Let me quickly check. Okay, no, I actually found it. Actually, I can find it here and makes sense considering that there are some names, well, of characters in Japanese tradition with this suffix, of course, female characters. You might have heard of Kaguya, Hime. But I can see that there are two different accents, so I'll quickly check at the note again. Okay. Either this one. Okay, yeah. The first alternative would be accented actually right before hime. Well, in our case would be Daisy hime, so the G. But there's also this other indication of an unaccented one, but it might be a peculiar case. And yeah, it should be this one, okay, hime. Okay, yeah, the rule would be that there are some exceptions that are that end up being unaccented. But yeah, those are in our case strictly Japanese. Well, Japanese words, either of strict Japanese origin or Chinese words at most. I'd say more strictly Japanese origin in this case. So yeah, it doesn't matter for us. The rule in itself would be that when you add the suffix hime, the accent is on the immediately before hime itself. The syllable technically. So in our case, yeah, G as a syllable, so on the G itself, not the long vowel mark, because the accent can stay on it. But yeah, with that, we have checked this. We have finished word 2, 3. So actually word 2. I say we can quickly take our usual break, around 5 minutes. And when we'll be back, we'll continue. And yeah, most likely we'll finish the game since it's pretty short, as we have seen. But yeah. So yeah, see you in around 5 minutes. And we are back. And yeah, we can now continue. Well, we have the bonus game first and foremost. And then we have word 3-1. Yeah, Tsai, I'm pretty sure is the next kingdom. This one I'm also forgetting how it's called. Yeah, there you can see some bullet bills. In Japanese, Kira. And by the way, by checking out the mentioned instruction manual, I've seen that the names of the usual Mario enemies are not always the same. Well, in the case of... Oops, well, we'll keep it. Identical in the case of, like the mentioned Bullet Bill, Kira, Killer from English. Other ones are also the piranha plants. These are actual piranha plants. And yeah, then we have slightly different ones like Noko Bon. So yeah, Noko from Noko Noko. Koopa Troopa is Japanese name. Very avoided falling there. With shortened and combined with bomb. Oops. By the way, it's the enemy that defeated us now. But yeah, yeah, the Goomba is Chibi Bo or something like that. Chibi means small dwarf. As we'll see eventually for sure also. Yeah, so these are actually regular Mario enemies or with slight variations. And then we have stuff like that that usually not present in Mario games. Although, funny enough, as we have seen, I don't remember if they were straight up confirmed to be the same, but yeah, we have seen them, or at least similar characters in Mario Odyssey. So yeah, it was a really nice... Well, getting the life and then immediately dying is the best. As in, actually, the worst usage of a life. Yeah, of course, then we don't have it anymore. There I have. It's actually not. Lose it this time. And yeah, technically I would have all the names of those, but yeah, that's not... worry about them. Wanted to quickly check though. Sorry, second. Okay, perfect. I wanted to be sure that we didn't have issues. Yeah, perfect, working perfectly. Simply have to be careful now. Okay, please jump away. Okay. This one is annoying, on the other hand, but we've defeated that. And yeah, you have to be careful, as mentioned by its name. And we have seen also before, here I rewind just to not repeat the same spot again and again. Yeah. They're bomb Koopas, and yeah, they explode. let's make the jump here. Yeah, it's straight up required as I suspected. Okay. So, see, okay. I take that. Okay, no. This one I'll keep. Also because, as you have just noticed, we got a checkpoint here. So yeah, actually, one really good aspect about this game, compared to the original Super Mario Bros., is that there are multiple checkpoints in bigger levels, or at least it looked, yeah, pretty sure that wasn't straight up the start of the level where we respawned last time. And good thing that's the case, because yeah, here we have to jump and stay on. Please let's not die like that at all. To a spike in that way. Yeah, here you have to jump and stay on these boulders to continue. So yeah, let's do it like that. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, slightly went too far. Want to try it once more without rewinding. Okay, no. In this case, I'll do so. Yeah, honestly, more than waiting for that rock, that boulder, you should stay on the one. Yeah, be careful about, yeah, they can hurt you. Be careful about that. Okay, and you need one of those. So yeah, let's actually give it one more try here. As again, I'd like to get the bonus game if possible. And yeah, you have to wait and then jump up there. Let's retry from here. And then we also have these falling platforms. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we have another bonus game. Only one life, not the best. And yeah, we have again this music, the underground music for this game. So yeah, technically this is considered is an underground level. Despite yeah, clearly not looking like it. Well, unless that's supposed to be a cave, but yeah, then we have a cave ceiling. Yeah, but we have these waterfalls, these spiders. Kind of looks more like vegetation. Yeah, let's continue here. Okay, let's wait. Please fall. Go down again. Yeah, thank you. See if we... Nope. Maybe in one of these. Nope. No power-ups for us. At least for now. Okay, didn't expect that to work. Yeah, as you have seen, there's a falling... there are some falling spikes there. Okay. Okay, I'll take the death then. But yeah, there's at the very least one thing I'd like to mention about what's mentioned in the manual, which I've seen. because it's pretty funny considering a previous game we have played, and also useful as a review of that. Okay, no, here, wait. Okay, no. Okay, I guess I'll keep the death then. Yeah, good thing as it actually got respawned here. Well, usual one. Let's see if we can make it this time. Okay. Okay, we have. Oh, and we finally get a power up. Nice. Okay, let's continue. We wait this jumping spider here. And yeah, we have more rocks. Of course, then I fell there. Okay, let's... this one, let's make it by rewinding. As we have still some lives, but yeah, I'd rather not risk getting the game over, especially because, again, I'm completely forgetting now if you get sent back to the start of the game. I suspect that's the case. Yeah, here we have several falling platforms to get to the bonus game. Yeah, with that, 3-2 is done. Honestly, I'll take the power up in this case, even though we could use also the... yeah, we have still the music, but yeah, here we clearly aren't in the underground. But at the same time is the final level, this one, of this world. Yeah. Rather keep my Super Bowl power up if possible. I wonder if we have a secret up here. If I don't fall immediately after. Okay, I can actually do it like that. I guess I suspected. Yeah, as you can see, the Super Bowl bounces a lot in rooms like these ones and only disappears after some time. But yeah, this is a bonus room, so we got to see at least one of those. Yeah, here we also would have a power up if we needed it. Okay, let's get the money, the coins. Let's jump on these platforms. Okay, I want to stay up here potentially. Well, it certainly makes it easier. We also have another room here. A smaller one. Yeah, okay. Get these coins. And be careful about these spikes though. Okay. Yeah, I bet here let's not do that. Yeah, there's the block again. Yeah, let's use it, otherwise you wouldn't be able to climb there. Okay, yeah, let's wait. Okay, like... okay, yeah. They do go under these platforms, yeah, sorry, but in this case I'm definitely rewinding. As honestly, it would take some trial and error anyway. And we get here. And we got hit there, bad. Okay, we have a power up at least. But I suspect we are getting closer and closer to the boss. Very avoided getting hit there. Ah yeah, here it is. Ah yeah, you can see also because of these rocks. These boulders that it's throwing. I don't remember. I kind of doubt you can jump on it. But yeah, you can jump through it if you have a power up. So we'll do that. And yes, defeat it simply by touching these. Open the door, of course. We have the usual scene. Thank you, Mario. Oh, Daisy. But yeah, another enemy. So yeah, actually, just like in that sense, similar to the original Super Mario Bros. But here it's we have Daisy, the princess, but and it's that one that becomes is actually an enemy in disguise. Yeah, in the original Super Mario Bros. As we have seen, I think I've shown it at least once. It was Bowser that was fake in the previous castles, and then of course you get Toad as usual, the infamous "Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle," of course. And yeah, this should be the Chai Kingdom. Yeah, this one I remembered quite easily since it's, of course, as you can see here from the music, the enemies, also those ones in particular that come back to life. Yeah, it's a Chinese kingdom. So yeah. Pretty easy to remember. Ah, too bad that. Let me see if I can actually get it. Nope. Want to give it one more try here. No, you really have to defeat one of those to potentially get the power up. Okay. Yeah, in another. Wanted to just see if I could do it in that situation, but yeah. We have more lives, we can technically take some deaths if needed. And also considering that, yeah, as you might know, we're getting closer and closer to the end. Perfect. I wonder if any of these pipes hides a secret, but yeah, I didn't check them all. Most are clearly just here for the enemies, the piranha plants or the bullet bills. Okay, making the jump here is not the best. You really have to wait, get the timing right, and then make a big jump. Yeah, here we're even falling platforms. Okay. Oof, not a hit there. We'll keep it. Yeah. Let me quickly see. Honestly, I'll take the death. I'm also curious to see where we'll respawn here. Okay, right here, that makes sense. After that section. Too bad that I immediately lost the power up there. Okay, interesting that there's a one up there. I wonder if I can still get it since I didn't collect it. We'll see in a second. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can still get it. Okay, perfect. We got it. Some coins. The ones that didn't go off screen. Have to be careful about the bullet bills. Combined also with the Koopa Troopa bomb. Not the best. Okay. Okay, this respawns. Okay, nice. We got a hit there. Not the best. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the cannons don't hurt you, as we have just seen. You have just to be careful about the bullet bills themselves. Of course, easier said than done anyway. Okay, here we simply can jump. Then we can run across here, just like in the original in Super Mario Bros. Oh yeah, we'll get a bonus game here, let's see. Okay, 1 life. Oh yeah, here we are. Continue our journey through this kingdom. And yeah, we have those walking flowers. And you can see, yeah, they can be pretty annoying. Let's wait there. Okay, perfect. Let's make the jump. Yeah, you can jump on them, luckily, in this case, but yeah, you have to be careful about their projectiles. We have these kind of snakes. Okay, yeah, let's get our Super Bowl flower. And yeah, since we have a power up, we can go up here and avoid all the nonsense down. I'll gladly do so. Yeah, there we have some rotating fire. Be careful though. Yeah, let's keep it here. Okay. Okay, let's actually see where it okay, we restart here. Yeah, honestly, not that bad. Of course, I shouldn't die like that though. Let's be careful. Easier said than done. Have to. You can make the jump here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, as long as you stay pretty close to it, then you can avoid that. Okay, yeah, 1 more star, nice. Yeah, the power up, the mushroom. Let's. Okay, no. In this case, let's make the jump here. Thank you. See how far we can. Okay, no. That's it for the star. Yeah, we avoided some. And we got rid of some enemies that way. Let's wait for that. Oh yeah, the combo here with the fire and... okay, let's quickly see where it get respawned. Okay, here. So actually I think we slightly advanced. Yeah, now you can really see the multiple checkpoints, so yeah, really nice of them. And yeah, with that we actually have up here again. Oh, let's actually do it properly. I start from here, make these jumps. then we have to land on one of those blocks, and that's the difficult part, because then after that we can simply run through them. That's not the issue. Yeah, no, of course I'm making the mistake also there. Maybe I should make a bigger jump. I think that's my mistake here. No, but yeah, by doing that we'll get what we did at first. Okay. Yeah, the issue, as you can see here, is that the acceleration is wild in this game. Yeah, it's kind of weird compared to other Mario games, but yeah, at the same time, honestly, doable as long as you keep it in mind. And yeah, we have now World 4-3. We have this. So yeah, another vehicle, an airplane this time. And yeah, this is what I wanted actually to mention. Because they're called respectively the Marine Pop and Sky Pop. So yeah, Marine and then Pop, simply Sky Pop. But in Japanese, as I've seen here on the manual, they also have after that Go, U, so long O, which we've actually seen before in Pokemon Snap, and that's why I wanted to mention it as a funny reminder of that, and also to review it. It's technically a noun, but also used as a suffix, like in this case, which is for number, and technically that's the fundamental meaning. But by extension also edition, make, model, and of course those are the meanings that interest us for these vehicles. Also issue, as in the issue of a magazine and so on. But yeah, as a reminder for the 0-1 in Pokemon Snap, and yeah, that one was 0-1 Go, and yeah, with the same word. So yeah, just a reminder of that, and to review it. Okay, let's continue here. Yeah, so we have this level as the final one here for World 4. Yeah, we can defeat all these enemies. Yeah, you want to defeat those especially because, as you can see, they shoot bullet bills. Also the birds would be nice to avoid anyway. Too bad that... well, I'll keep it. Too bad right when the life popped out. Okay, yeah, let's be careful here. Here we have a mushroom that I avoided, unfortunately. Okay, here we have the life again. Okay, let's defeat these enemies. We also have a star, nice. And yeah, with that we can actually defeat also these sparks. Interesting. Can remember that. Yeah, we're continuing here. We have these blocks that can remind of Tetris on the Game Boy. In a way. And we have this corridor. Yeah, then you have to be quick here to not get stuck. And then, of course, if you get stuck, then you die because of... Well, I'll quickly show it. Yeah, of course you die because of that then. Wanted to quickly show it anyway. Those kind of look like spikes. Let's get the mushroom. We have these fists coming out of pipes. Okay, yeah, we have first and foremost this cloud. Spawning these enemies. Making a weird sound when you hit it. Honestly, that's... you can take the hit there. You still have a good amount of lives anyway. Yeah, this weird sound when you hit it. Yeah, as you have seen, it takes a good amount of hits here. But yeah, we've still defeated it. But yeah, then you get this music. And yeah, here's the actual boss. And yeah, when you hit it, you hear a distraction sound, an explosion sound, you could say. And yeah, when you defeat it, yeah, that was Tatanga, who's the final boss of the game. As you might have guessed, yeah. And yeah. Oh, Daisy, Daisy, thank you, Mario. We get a kiss implied with that. Your quest is over. Sorry, let's try to do it like this then. Well, we'll see that in a moment. Yeah, we have this. And we check it out with the video, of course, because yeah, it quickly goes away. But yeah, here we simply have your quest is over. First we have this your in English your, which becomes in Japanese yeah, this should be actually weird. At least all the ways I've seen it before. Because yeah, you'd expect it to be something like yo with a long vowel, and that's it. I'm not sure if I even find it in the dictionary here, to be completely honest. But yeah, I simply mention it myself. Well, I search for it myself with its pronunciation. Yeah, instead of being like in English, so your, it becomes you are. So yeah, actually more similar to you are. In that case, simply because my guess would be, well, potentially some confusion also with your, as in you are abbreviated, and also simply because we have this R at the end technically, and so actually they changed it in with a long A automatically. Yeah, clearly they didn't expect the actual pronunciation from English. But yes, if you see this you are in Japanese, yeah, it's used for your. Then we have, of course, quest, which is can be pretty useful because, of course, quest, so seen also in role-playing games, RPGs, it becomes in Japanese simply kuesuto. So yeah, we simply have the additional u for su, o for to, because we can keep, we don't, Japanese has to add those as the consonants aren't available on their own. Can find the accent there. I'll quickly search, check out the physical dictionary. If they have it, could be. Q E. Yeah, no, so they don't have it. My guess would be accented just like in English, and honestly, I'd keep it like that since we aren't sure. At most, unaccented, but yeah, no, I'd say keep, just to be completely safer, keep it like in English. Then, of course, we have the verb is. Simply becomes if I can actually find it. Well, not sure if I'll even find it in the dictionary, but yeah, technically it should be simply izu. Could be because, yeah, sometimes you'll actually see written these transcriptions from of English words, even in katakana. Yeah, in that case, it should be izu, of course. Zu, the z sound, and then the additional u. But yeah, that one that you definitely see is the one for over. Of course, also considering in games game over. And it becomes oba in with two long vowels, both for the O and for the A. Well, of course, we have again so long closest vowel A, and then also the longer vowel. I want to quickly search here if we can find gemu oba, the expression. But yeah, oba on its own, accented on the O as expected. Oh yeah, of course I can find that in the online dictionary. Yeah, it's worth mentioning that the accent for game over, you don't keep the accent of the two words. It becomes a compound word. And yeah, the accent that is kept is the one for over, and so on the O. Gemu oba. So yeah, low, the first mora, because yeah, that's the rule. If the first one is, well, the second one in this case is high, then the first one is low. and the other way around. If the first one is high, then the second one is low. In that case, because it's actually accented, but yeah, other words with accents later or unaccented start with a low mora and then high, and then it continues. But yeah, in this case, so low, high, 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 so up to the O included, and then everything else low. But yeah, as a reminder of that also, since it's quite an important term for video games. Yeah, with that we can go back to the game. And yeah, they got on that ship. And yeah, as you might have guessed, yeah, I mentioned the game ended there. And so yeah, here we get the staff credits. Producer Gunpei Yokoi, of course. Unfortunately, with the abbreviations for their first names, and also notice that they are turned the other way around compared to Japanese, where the surname comes first. So yeah, that would be here, yeah, as we can see here, Matsuoka, and then H, whatever that H is, and yeah, Tanaka. And yeah, more often than not, you should, unless of course you know them and so on, you should refer to other people with their surnames, and then the suffix is the most common one, as usual, san. And yeah, so Miyamoto-san, the classic one. We heard also in directs and so on, even outside of the Japanese versions. And yeah, so we got those credits. And yeah, of course we get the end. Of course, that also we have the, actually in Japanese simply I think we have seen it before. Yeah, I mentioned it last time when we finished Metroid 2 Return of Samus for sure, because of the baby. But yeah, it would simply become za, because they don't have the sound, and so also the it becomes the closest one, which is z, and then of course a, because they keep it as if it were the unaccented version, and so with the schwa, and so the closest vowel is a. And then we have endo, and yeah, becomes endo, of course, simply with the additional o, yeah, otherwise they're identical to English. Also the accent just like in English. And yeah, with that, if we press a button, yeah, we get sent back here on the title screen. And yeah, as you can see, there we have our record. Pretty sure it wasn't there originally. You shouldn't. And yeah, if you press start, then of course you simply restart the game. No changes in this case. And yeah, that's it. So we can actually end it here. Since we are it's almost the time to end the stream, we'll end it here anyway. Slightly earlier, but not by much. We'll go back. Yeah, we definitely don't have time to start the second game, also considering that we want to check out its study its kanji. So yeah, next time we'll start with that. But yeah, let's close this. And yes, so today we played Super Mario Land 1, we checked out we studied some Japanese on the way, thanks to the box art. Also by mentioning again, just like for Metroid 2, how you adapt the words, the English words we have seen in-game into Japanese with the Japanese pronunciation. And also some additional ones, thanks also to the instruction manual. And funny enough, also some reminders and a way to review words like Go, which we have seen in Pokemon Snap, and so on. But yeah, so next time, which should be on Monday, as usual, unless plans change, we'll continue this series by actually starting the second game, Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins. Don't mention the full title in the title of these videos because it doesn't fit. I put it in the description and the name of the playlist instead. Of course, I preferred keeping the Japanese name between the two. And yeah, speaking of name, of course, we start with the box art and so its title. Also the kanji as mentioned. In addition to that, we have of course there's Sunday, and so the usual most just for fun streams. Funny enough, this Sunday at that hour there should be a new direct for the Mario Galaxy movie. But yeah, I'd say most likely I'll simply stream as usual. At most, I might consider starting it slightly later. The direct should last not that long. Those usually last around 10 minutes, slightly less. So I might consider that at most. But yeah, we'll definitely stream anyway. As for the game, I'm not completely sure, but I was thinking of playing some of the multiplayer in particular, because I would like to keep the story mode of that game for a future Let's Learn Japanese with series. I was thinking of playing this Sunday Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. As funny enough, I got that game for my birthday, so this month, the start of this month. And yeah, between one thing and the other, I haven't played it even on my own yet. But yeah, it could be nice to check it on stream. In that case, of course, definitely only the multiplayer, because the story mode for sure, at the very least, that I'd like to keep for a Let's Learn Japanese with series in the future. But yeah, so on Sunday, potentially slightly later, because honestly I would like to watch the Galaxy Movie Direct live. Unfortunately, I can watch it on stream because of my technical limitations, and honestly, it would definitely get hit by copyright anyway, so yeah, not worth it. And potentially even the Japanese version could be with English voices anyway for now. Definitely previous ones were, but yeah, maybe slightly later because of that on side, but we'll still play a game mostly just for fun, most likely, but Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, so the latest game. On Monday, for the continuation of this series, Super Mario Land 1 and 2. So actually now, then we'll finally start actually Super Mario Land 2. Also do everything else as mentioned. So yeah, see you next time.